Okay, guys, got a small weekend update on the Galloping Goose. Things are kind of dragging their feet here. The fella who I use his machine shop, his wife broke her leg in two places, so right now I can't get into the machine shop to do some stuff that I want to do. But this is what we've accomplished so far. We've already got an Alco motor fitted into the body. Now, I'm not going to use this particular motor because the die-cast wheels are too tall for it. And if I use these particular front trucks, which are 500 series, all that is, it's basically level across here, which is what I want to do. So this is basically all we did. We just cut that out. And what I use is, this is an Alco frame. I got a whole bunch of these. Originally, I was going to take this thing and I was going to screw it to the bottom of whatever body I was going to use at the time. Well, I just take it, drill it, and get everything lined up. Draw my lines, get everything centered. And I bolt this to the frame. And then I use an end mill cutting attachment. I use a 16th. I got to get up to, I need an 1/8. And then I cut the arcs out. One of the reasons I like to use an end mill cutter is it doesn't distort the metal. When the cutter pushes through, there's no burrs on the back side. So then I follow up with an 1/8 inch drill bit and then clean it and file it. And then in the center, I just drill a large hole, and then I use what's called a nibbler. And I nibbled all that out and then just lightly touched it up with a file. It's an easy do. It doesn't look easy when you start, if you've never done it before, but it is. You can make it really, really super nice. So this is what we're up to. What I want to do with the Alco motor is I want to go to template wheels. I want to go to a 500 series wheel. The problem with this is with these die-cast wheels, they sit up above the frame of the Alco motor. And so that means I'd have to put a spacer underneath of it, which is what I did on the Interurban that I made. But it wasn't because we had die-cast wheels. It was because the rear truck was higher than what the Alco wheels were going to be with the same. I was using American Flyer wheels, and that particular truck set slightly higher, about 1/4 of an inch higher than what the base of the motor would be. So I had to shim it up, but it worked out real well. And not only that, it added weight to this motor because this is a lightweight unit, and it has a bit of traction problems from time to time. But this is what we're working on. I've also picked up a and I don't have it here. Don't know where I did with it. But I picked up the front truck of an American Flyer standard gauge, which has a crescent cut in the front of it that I might be able to take and bolt to the bottom of this. And then just by having a peg come up on this, that would allow this thing to slide back and forth. Or actually what it would allow to slide is the cab back and forth. I've already went ahead and made up a rubber stamp for it. And we can do that on the side, but I won't use the body. I've already made a plate. I'll take this plate, spray paint it, whatever color I want. Then I will rubber stamp it with this. And then in the four corners, I'll drill holes and I'll bolt it to the side, just like a placard, which, you know, I've actually seen used on outfits. So we're gonna be doing that. The other thing that I'm working on, since I can't work on the Goose right now like I'd like to, I've got a 1/17 shortened Caboose that I bought off of eBay. I didn't do the work on it. The reason I bought it is because whoever spliced it together did one hell of a job in their soldering work. I don't think that I can do that kind of work. I've never tried it, but I was most impressed by what they did. The only thing I did with it, they had it as a Caboose with a cupola on it. I rolled and made a brand new roof for it. I've got this all ready to go. This is a 2-piece roof. I soldered the catwalk down the center there. Made a smokestack for it, and I just put an air tank on the top of it. I actually saw a 117 that a guy had done many years ago with an air tank on it. So I just copied what he did. I thought it looked neat. I have no idea why he did it. I'm sure there's something out there in real life that's just like that. I couldn't find anything, but I went ahead and did it anyhow. The other thing I did was I put shades on it, and that center rib is where the seam is. That's overlapped and soldered. He did that on both sides, and he really did a hell of a job. Now I'm primering it, and any little bumps or gaps that it's got, I'm filling it in with putty, but I'm just about ready to shoot it with color. The other thing, if anybody's interested in trying to do a goose, this is what I originally bought. This is called Gearbox. They make reproduction toys, and this is a reproduction of, I believe it is Metalcraft. Metalcraft out of St. Louis made this truck, this Coca-Cola truck, in the 30s. And I've gotten them cheap. This guy had it for $29 and free shipping. Well, you know how much shipping will cost. I would imagine the shipping on the damn thing was a minimum of $10. So I bought that. This one that I got over here, all I bought was the cab and the frame. And he wanted $20 for it, but I had to pay shipping. So it's a wash. But like I say, if you're interested in doing something like this with these types of cabs, they're out there and they're not expensive. So you can have fun. You can have fun building this stuff and not have a whole lot of money out of pocket. Well, that's what we're up to for now, guys. It's the 25th of June. It's hot outside here in central Illinois. We need a terrible rain. The South is getting more rain and hail than they know what to do with. We don't want the hail, but we will take the rain. You guys have a safe Sunday. We'll talk with you later. I'm hoping to get me another Alco Motor converted so I can actually put it in this goose and see how it's going to perform down the tracks. So stay tuned. Toodaloo.